Abductions, he'll be judged. Goonism, he'll be judged. Sending rogue police officers to kill people, he'll be judged. Destroying free primary education bequeathed to this country by Mwai Kibaki, he'll be judged. Destroying Leader Mama bequeathed to this country by Uhuru Kenyatta, he'll be judged. The issue of SHA that is not working after destroying a good program of NHIF, he'll be judged. HELB was working, university financing. Even now he's trying to con students that he has directed the big even free education. When there is no mechanism, the budget has already been passed, my brother. There is no financial provision in the budget. It's just another lie. And you know, this man lies without blinking. And he doesn't know that you lie to people today. Tomorrow they call you out. When you say there will be free primary education, the budget for his last budget has already been approved by the National Assembly. There is no provision for free university education. It's a lie. He'll be judged on the lies he has given to the people of Kenya. He'll be judged on deception. He'll be judged on conning Kenyans when they can see. He'll be judged on tribalism. He has given all the major parastatals to his kinsmen. He'll be judged on grabbing land. So when he says that people should be judged by their record, it is true. We agree. We'll be giving the people of Kenya his record. Very long record about what he has done against the people of Kenya. How he found institutions that were working, they are all destroyed. How he has undermined the National Police Service. How he has replaced police with the goons. How he has undermined the democratic space. How he killed young people whose crime was only saying they should be heard. How he said people should be shot in the leg. Okay. His activities that he needs to be judged on is a long list.
So Gachagua, there's no good that this administration has
Nothing.
done. Aren't you looking at the glass half empty?
He was bequeathed a safe country by Uhuru Kenyatta. It had economic challenges, yes, but there was no goonism. People are free to do what they want. This was a country that was safe. Police were protecting people. Police were not attacking people. Alcohol, illicit brews. You know, they are killing people. This is something that I had successfully done. I had wiped out almost 80% of illicit alcohol. Okay. He has brought it back. His record is long and it's true. I agree with you. Leaders will be judged by their public record. We will be giving a list of all the things that you have done, and then the people of Kenya can judge.
Speaking of leaders being judged by their public record, you made some public sentiments not too long ago in respect to foreign or international tourists, and you gave them a caution in terms of coming to Kenya due to this Goonism issue. Your message was loud and clear. We've seen Canada perhaps give a travel disclaimer for their nationals who are set to come to Kenya, but your words seem to have irked a couple of leaders, especially those from the coastal region. Borders on economic sabotage. Let's listen in.
When you touch our uchumi, we will touch you personally.
Yes.
Because we can't employ the hundreds of thousands or millions of the young people that work in the coastal line, wakifutwa kazi. Or you have now seen the biggest standalone investment is earmarked for Lamu.
The tourism sector is a whole ecosystem. Within tourism, you get a tax. The international community not to visit Kenya. And this is somebody who wants to lead Kenya. Then we now know that he cannot be able to lead this country. We want to condemn his remarks in the strongest terms possible.
The major sources of income for this particular region and for the country in general to be denied, and that is an element of tourism, is a very, very saddening. You know, when you come up with issues that are so hatred in nature, that by killing the economy of this region.
Nichukue fursa hii kwa niaba ya wenzangu magavana, viongozi hao wote kulani matamshi ya jana ya kiongozi wa DCP. Yeye anakataza watalii wakuje Kenya na anakataza uchumi ama wawekezaji kuja Kenya. Ukisema watalii wasije Kenya, wanaathiri pwani, Kwale, Taita, Mombasa, Kilifi, Tana River, Lamu. Tunategemea utalii. Alafu anataka kuzunguka hii pwani, wewe tafuta biashara nyingine, kwa sababu sisi kama viongozi hataruhusu. Sisi tunategemea utalii.
All right, the leaders have spoken. Right of reply. Why are you pushing for economic sabotage?
4 things. I've heard one of those characters there talking about young people and how their livelihood is being threatened. Yet, everybody knows he has destroyed young people in the coast region by selling hard drugs and making sure that young people are zombies. For the longest, everybody knows the role he has played as a drug baron, and he sits in cabinet. It's a shame. Number 2, tourism is not just in the coast. It is everywhere. My family owns tourist hotels. I can never do anything to hurt business. I'm a very patriotic Kenyan, but I'm also a truthful and a cautious leader. I don't know how old you are. In the 80s, there was a girl called Julia Ward. Julia Ward was a British tourist, and she was killed in the Masai Mara, and she disappeared, and her body was found dismembered. It destroyed our tourism for 10 years. All tourists across the world, all the international media, all the big dailies, the international papers, put the name of Kenya as a place that is dangerous for tourists to come. It took us 10 years to get back our tourism. I want to be president next year. Tourism is extremely important to this country. It's actually number 2 foreign exchange earner. We need hard currency. Tourism must be protected because it's very, very important. Today, the goons in Nairobi, the goons on Narok Road, the goons in Mombasa, if they killed 2-3 tourists, it will kill tourism for the next 20 years. We will never recover. I am a leader who believes we would rather go slow for a year and protect our tourism. And if the way things are going on in this country, where goons have been let loose by government, they are all over. If Kenyans are not safe, how safe are the tourists? If Kenyans are not safe, how safe are the investors? The other day here in Carnival, there was a workshop of some Chinese investors. Goons descended upon them, took away their phones, took away their money, took away their jewelry, and they were in shock. I'm just exercising caution. Ordinarily, if there were goons, I would have urged the government to stop them, not to cure tourism. But since it's a government that has unleashed the goons against the people of Kenya, I cannot appeal to the same government to stop goonism. All I can do is to caution potential victims of goonism that would have a very serious repercussion to our tourism and our investment. So I am a leader who is being very cautious, saying, hey, there are goons all over. They are wreaking havoc. I've just told you what happened in Thika Road. In Outer Ring, every Friday, the goons line up along the road and steal valuable from Kenyans for 3 hours, and police cannot touch them because they work together. So if they come and accost tourists on their way to the airport, and this matter is reported to the countries of origin, to the international press, and the world decides that Kenya is not safe, yeah, what happens? Canada issued a travel advisory on 13th. I spoke on 19th because they were saying what I'm saying. It's not me. Canada has not spoken after I've spoken. Canada has issued a travel advisory to Canadians to say Kenya is not safe, which is what I'm saying. And these travel advisories will come because all these people, they live here. They have looked at the newspaper. If you looked at the clip on NTV on the attack in Olkalau, these foreigners are saying it's not that they live in a vacuum. What I am saying today is what they will be saying tomorrow. So by me issuing such a strong statement, ordinarily, if President William Ruto had any intention of stabilizing this country to normalcy, because it's not a normal country anymore, we are almost going to hate away. He would listen to my statement and know there's danger. I am a patriotic Kenyan, I love my country. I've told you I'm in the tourism industry myself. I cannot hurt business that I practice, but I'm cautious that if a tourist is attacked by these goons, if an investor is attacked, it could destroy our tourism for 20 years. I would rather we have a challenge for 1 year. We get rid of this administration. The first thing we do, we deal with the goons. We dismantle these goons. It will take almost 6 months. We also wind out rogue police officers. We'll have radical surgery of the National Police Service. And by the way, let me put our police officers on notice. We have started very serious documentation. All those people who attacked us in Wetima, we have their record and what they did. When William Ruto is gone home, they'll have their day in court. All those people who attacked people in Olokalau, those who killed those people we are going to bury tomorrow, they'll have their day in court. All commanders, station commanders, and division commanders who allow goons to attack people and they don't take any action, we are documenting. So that, you know, the good thing is criminal acts have no time limit. Even 5 years, 10 years, you'll have your day in court. I want to put on notice rogue officers. And they are just like 5%. I can tell you 95% of officers in the National Police Service are very professional, they are very patriotic Kenyans, they are very disciplined, and they are doing the right thing, but they are being intimidated by Omukomen and Raymond Omolo. But those rogue police officers who agree to be misused, those who killed those 2 young men in Olkarau, you will face murder charges. And you listen to the OCS of Central Police Station. Today, he's charged with the murder in court. He took instructions from the DIG, but they were not written. I want to appeal to our police officers. I was a man in uniform. I want to give you free advice. If you are asked by your superiors to break the law, refuse. If they insist, ask them to give you instruction in writing, either through a letter or a signal or a WhatsApp message, and you preserve it. I want to ask our police officers to agree to use 5 documents in the course of their duty. The Constitution of Kenya, the Criminal Procedure Code Cap 75, the Evidence Act Cap 8, and of course the service standing orders that guide day-to-day police operations.
And where's the Independent Policing Oversight Authority?
Now that is the other issue.
In fact,
it's good you have raised that issue. The Independent Police Oversight Authority is supposed to investigate police excesses. We have been attacked several times. We have gone to them, no action. In fact, this one of Central Police Station is the only issue they have taken seriously, and we want to commend them. But Mukomen had connived with the head of public service, Felix Koskei, and actually put IPOA under the Ministry of Interior to supervise how do you get an independent body that is supposed to oversight the police and put it under Interior.
But that move was annulled by the courts.
Yeah, but you can see how mischievous Mukomen is, because he knows he is misusing the National Police Service. And the officers are saying, no, we are unable to carry out some of these covert operations against the law, against the people of Kenya, because we have IPOA, it can take us to court. Then Mukomen says, no, don't worry. That IPOA, I'll bring it under my control. And I want to thank our courts for saying no. IPOA is an independent constitutional commission that must operate independently and oversight the National Police Service. So this Mukomen is a very mischievous character.
So how will you
He's one of the greatest mistakes that has ever happened in this country.
How will you strengthen this IPOA? Because independent is just
even now, even the people in that IPOA, some of them, like the vice chairman, is very close to William Ruto. She's from Kitale. She's called Wanjiku. They are very close. So he cannot be independent. He picked his friends to be in the IPOA. So what we'll do, my brother Rogers, next year, God being gracious and giving us an opportunity to form the next government through the acceptance of the people of Kenya, we intend to strengthen constitutional commissions and independent offices and really allow those offices to function. The IG is supposed to be independent. The minister should only comment on matter policy. Murkomen is commenting on all matters including operation. That is not his work. He is supposed to make sure they have proper funding. He is supposed to make sure they have developed the right policies in terms of training, in terms of mechanization of equipment, in terms of relating with other agencies. That is his role. But Murkomen every day is commenting on police operation. Who should be arrested? Who has been arrested? I don't know who did what, or can you bring evidence? That is not the work of CS Interior. The National Police Service is supposed to be an independent office to operate independently. IPOA is an independent constitutional office. We would want when we form government next year. And that's how Mwai Kibaki succeeded. I really admire President Mwai Kibaki. He let everybody be. He let ministers work. He let PSs work. He allowed independent bodies to work. He did not capture parliament. He did not capture the judiciary. He did not capture oversight bodies. He allowed and that is how we achieved very serious economic development. That is how we achieved, growth, economic growth. That is how there was money in circulation in the country.
Okay.
I would want, God being gracious to me and my colleagues, once we form government next year, we would like to take this country back, at least where Mwai Kibaki left us. Yeah.
I was waiting to hear about issues to do with understaffing, underfunding, because IPO is really struggling with it. But let's see if, or rather...
they cannot attract funding without working. If they did several cases and people can see they are really oversighting the police, then they can advance a case for funding. Why would anybody want to put money into IPOA? There's nothing they are doing. When our leaders, Senator John Metho and others were attacked in Kigumo, when I was away in the United States, and they even went to IPOA, they took the vehicles showing the bullet holes, they actually took the cartridges, they took the names of the people who attacked them. It's now 1 year. Nothing has ever been heard about it. It's a toothless body. It's of no use to anybody. To make matter worse, to give the officers comfort, to unleash terror on the people of Kenya, that nobody is oversighting them. That is why Kipchumba Murkomen had secretly connived with the Felix Kosgei and taken it to Interior. I am happy the courts have reversed that position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a blue code of silence. So much to talk about that. But let's shift focus back to politics, because I'd like your take on the Deputy President, Professor Kithure Kindiki. You have been verbally attacking him, holding no buzz, pulling no punches. I think you even referred to him as Mr. Yes Sir, Mr. Soprano, all that. But just recently, we heard you on this week Monday, if I'm not wrong, ordering for political ceasefire against Professor Kithure Kindiki. We have two